Hi, I didn't see you there. Thanks for tuning into the second episode of this Boba Fett Renaissance Festival renovation. This episode is going to be pretty. Stay up there. Thank you. Thank you. This episode is going to be pretty straightforward. I'm just going over what I want to do with the actual build. I've created a layer by layer design featuring piece by piece what I want to build, how I want to build it, and I'll essentially just be going over the plan. So thank you for watching this one. Thanks for watching the last one. The next video I'm hoping will come out by the end of April. Like I said, it's a big project, so I'm going to be spacing it out as much as I can. But for now, let's take a look at how I want to build it. Also, the next parts of these videos were recorded a couple days ago, and I realized I forgot to do an intro, so my outfit's going to be different. Okay, thanks, bye. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, using this clearly accurate depiction of my body type, I'm going to go through layer by layer, and we're going to go over how I would like to build this outfit. So the easiest one to start with is the shirt. So we have the shirt and the pants. We've got black pants. Let's go with these two items. Pretty much the basic. These are the underclothing. The next thing I'm going to look at is boots. So boots, I want to do the brown spats, pretty basic boots. Nothing really fancy going on there. I might put some straps, some buckles on them to make them look nice and fancy. But basically I'm going to just be taking dress shoes, boots, anything I can find at like Savers or Goodwill, and I'm going to try to match the leather color and make spats that can go over them and essentially act as boot covers. I've got the gloves that I showed in the video earlier, and the gauntlets. Ignore that little tail bit, I forgot it was in there. Now I also want to do an overshirt. An overshirt would go over the brown shirt that I have. It's important to me that it's short sleeve, and I want some hood effect. I like the way it looks, and I'd like to try to do something like that. Yellow knee pads, those would be relatively simple. I don't want to just throw on some elastic on some foam and go, there you go. So I mean, I'll spend time on them, but they'll be pretty basic. Like I said, I want to do the swords in there, so we'll have a sheath for the main sword and then a smaller sheath for the Gladys, the little knife. Those will both be attached to the belt, which we'll get to here in a second. And the under armor is going to be a big uptaking for me, and I'm going to start zooming in here. So the under armor, I'm going to try to build out of leather. Now it's going to be a front plate and a back plate connected with straps on either side of my torso, and it'll go up and over the shoulders. I've never worked with leather before, so I've got time to practice, I've got time to improve. But it's important to me that this piece itself is leather, because I'd rather not like to stick foam on top of foam. I want to try something new. I want to see what I can do. I want to challenge myself. So I've got the under armor, and then we've got the chest plate. Now, like I said, this is a very crude drawing, so ignore the proportions on it. Chest plate, Boba Fett green. It's got to be in the shape of that Mandalorian armor chest plate, the cuirass. That's important to me as well, that it's at least recognizable, and that will be secured on, and there will be some. I want to put some decorative straps up here just to make it give the impression that it's connected by more than just sitting on there. This next thing is something that I'm excited for. This is probably one of the I think is the coolest part, one of the coolest parts, if not the coolest part of the build. It's gonna be a war skirt. So what that essentially means is there's gonna be a layer of fabric. It's like the long black piece that'll go from either side of my waist and curl around. There'll be some fur padding on top of that piece, and then some more fabric on top of the fur padding. I've seen videos of people doing that online. I think it looks super cool. I'd really like to try it and see how it looks. Now we've got the bandolier. And now the bandolier is essentially acting as our belt. I'm going to have some fur underlining on it. so it looks good and not just like a big leather strap across my waist. And then there will be this belt piece as well. I forgot to mention there will be the Mythosaur crest hanging from my neck. I know Boba Fett is not traditionally considered a Mandalorian, but he still does wear the Mandalorian crest, so I would like to include it. We got some shoulder armor. Now the shoulder armor isn't going to be super difficult. In Book of Boba, he's got just plain old yellow shoulder pads. One of them has the Mandalorian Mythosaur skull. I don't want to put that on one of the shoulder pads. I would like them to both be uniform this time. So I'm going to do some fur underlay again for this. Since some basic black with some yellow add-ins, because once again, yellow is one of those colors that makes Boba pop out a little bit, in my opinion. And that brings us to the helmet. Now, I know these colors don't necessarily match the helmet and the chest plate. They will in real life. That's the whole thing. That's the whole build. And that's what I would like it to look like. Will it look exactly like this? No. Will I probably mess up and scrap some ideas? Probably. Yeah, this is something that is a project that I'm going to be working on a lot over the summer. I think it's going to be a good use of creative freedom. I'm really excited for it. So, like I said, this is just something that I want to do like videos for, to showcase different bits in different videos. So, one week I'm going to do the process of the boots. Another video will be a process of the war skirt or the leather under armor. I want to do something that will not only help me kind of feel better about the process, but also like kind of let me just show people and feel like that my work is not just for me, and ultimately that would be a nice feeling. So if this is something that you would watch, if you'd consider following the process, let me know, please, because I would like to know if someone is interested in following along in my build process, instead of just me uploading videos and the only people who watch it are Caitlin and my mom. I hope you consider joining me as I work on this definitely going to be tedious trial, since this is going to be a true test of my patience, of my skills, and probably of Caitlin's tolerance of me getting paint in places where there probably shouldn't be paint. So if you'd like to join me on this journey over the next 5 or so months, it won't be a super big commitment, I promise, just a video every few weeks, most likely. Now the frustrating bit is building specifically the leather under armor. That's going to be hard because I have to fit it to my body. So what I'll have to probably end up doing is making a bust of my chest, or at least my torso. And it's not going to be super difficult. I know how to do that. And honestly, that might be the first part of a video series that I do, is just a quick video on like, hey, I'm making this bust of my chest so I can make the armor easier, and probably actually have a little display on set it up so I can see how far I am in the progress. Thank you so much for watching this. I'm really excited for this project. I probably won't be able to start it here for a couple weeks. We just finished moving in. We're still kind of settling down. If anything, I'll make the bust here in a few weeks, but I really don't feel like I'll be starting anything anytime soon. Like I said, Renfest starts in 6-7 months, so I have time. But I don't want to rush. I don't want to get to July and be like, I haven't done anything. Because that's what happened with the chest plate, and I realized that I didn't have a rest of the outfit, so I panicked and I threw something together in 2 hours. Let's not do that. thanks again. See you in the next video.